Hey guys, January 2nd. Been in the creek a couple times and I've really found some pretty neat stuff. I got a lot of stuff here today. I'm going to try to go through it fairly quick. Almost all these right here are going to be effigies. This is going to be a little bird effigy with a wing and head. I think this is a turtle effigy here. Got a little eye pecked out right here on it. It's going to be a bird head with a beak here. Another bird effigy, the head, wing. This one here, I think this is going to be a goose, probably a sitting goose. There's the head, the body, and the wings folded up here. It's a pretty neat piece. Here's a real small one here that I found I thought was really neat. Little bird effigy with the head and then the body and wing and tail here. Worked on this side a little bit too. It's kind of a different look there on that side. I thought that was pretty neat. And the phallus effigy here. Us adults know what that is. Here's another bird effigy with the wing here and then the head up here. And found a couple really nice long pieces up on the fish dam site that I go to. It's the only place I really find these long pieces. But this is a pretty nice pestle. It's kind of crudely made, but really not really long. Pecked out on the ends there. That's the hammer end right there. That's the palm groove right in here where the palm would be. So your palm would fit right in here, your thumb up there, and then your hands wrap around that side there. So that's how it'd be held. And that's the hammer side there. A really nice long piece. And this one here really is my prize of the last couple trips. It's just a beautiful piece of black stone with white vein quartz running through it. I'm not real sure what it is. It's all been polished off, really nice, like glass. Could be some kind of big hand hammer. Doubt very seriously if anything this big was hafted, but just a real beautiful piece. Found that up at the fish dam. That's where I find these big long pieces. Just nice piece there. This gets into some more of the kind of the effigy and art. I call these X stones, and I'm not so sure why they peck these X's in these stones. I've got several stones like that. Anybody got any ideas? I'd like to know. But anyway, that's just a stone with an X marked in it. This is a red sandstone. Don't know where it came from. It looks like they used this to sharpen points with. That is something you typically find out west. Could have come from out west, you know, with a trade or something. But anyway, it's red sandstone. Don't know where there's any around here. This is a handheld abrader. What they would do is they would run that shaft along that edge there. It's notched out right in here for your thumb. And you just run it along that the edge of your arrow or spear shafts there to take the bark off. That's a nice little piece there. It's all been polished off, and it's got this thumb groove right in here. It's a nice little piece. This is spoke shave. It's also for using to remove bark off of shafts. That's a nice little piece. Really worn right in through here. Scrapers or hide conditioners. Same thing, made out of that black stone. This gets into some of my Warren axes here. It's kind of an interesting piece. Got it all taken off on this end here. Really hard, dense stone. It's got these grooves all in it. I don't know where they came from, but my guess that this stone was probably hafted right in here and used. It's not worn that much on the end. Probably used as a Warren axe, or it could have gone in, actually into a hole of a wooden stick there, placed into the hole on that end of a bigger stick instead of being hafted. These are my pottery polishers. I showed you this one before, but it's got these thumb grooves in here, and they polish pottery with these things. They both, I got two of them here that look identical, but real smooth, polished off pieces, and they would just use it and go up and down the pottery to polish it off. There's another piece exactly like it. So if you see these things, pick them up, look at them, because they are a tool. This sort of thumb grooves, you can see the oil in there from the thumbs worn around the edges. This beautiful little piece, when it's wet, it's a pretty stone. But two identical pieces here. These are axe heads. I don't know if these were hafted. I think they're probably hand axes. But possibly could have been hafted. I'm not real sure. See all the pecking marks on it. Used quite a bit. Here's another one here. That one could have been hafted. I'm not real sure. Could have been held in the hand like that and used like that. And this is a fairly nice blade, kind of worn, fairly sharp right in here. Made out of granite. That possibly could have been a hafted piece too, but I'm not real sure. This gets into a really nice hammerstone that I found. It's that black stone. There's your finger grooves right in here. Be held like that. And that's the business end right there. It's really a nice tool. It's all been polished off all the way around. Probably weighs about 5 or 6 pounds. It's a nice heavy tool. Crushed grains and nuts. Fair amount of oil on it. That's a nice tool there. Big heavy tool. And I think these are, I'm pretty sure these are atlatl pieces. They could be weights or spurs. I'm almost certain this is a spur. This would have been embedded into the wood about halfway, and the point here would be where the spear shaft, the end of the spear shaft would actually go when they mounted the shaft to the atlatl. But I'm pretty sure that's a spear piece or a spear point or a atlatl point piece. These could be weights here, but I'm pretty sure they were used in some form or fashion, atlatl piece. There's another Warren axe there. It would have been hafted right in here. Or inserted into a wooden stick, hafted or inserted. Here's a piece of slate I found. It's been worked all the way around the edges. I find a few pieces of slate every now and then, but pretty sure that was used as a Warren axe too. Just a blunt axe, which will hurt you also, but pretty neat piece there too. Another Warren axe here. It's got some pretty neat grooves in it. Pretty heavy one there. That's a couple pounds. This gets into my celts or chisels. That's a smaller one here. Larger one here. This is a pretty nice piece. This has really been worked pretty well. Gonna be held. It's got a little palm ridge up in here. A lot of oil on it. A lot of wear around the tip there. And this is a polishing stone or a grinding stone. It may go into a mortar. It's that black stone. It's just really smoothed off and rounded off on that end. It's real odd looking. It's dimpled here and dimpled on the other side here. Not exactly sure how this piece would have been held, but possibly like that, I guess, maybe. Don't know. It probably went into a mortar, being as rounded as it is on the end there. It's a heavy piece too, a couple pounds or more. This gets into my grinders, and that's kind of like a turtle effigy grinder. It's got a little turtle head on the end of it, but these were used to grind. Little palm grinder here. Another palm grinder here. And worked off around the edges there. So being the palm like that. This is a pretty nice one here. This one was used a lot. It's really worn. Palm grinder be held in the hand like that. Really worn around the edges. This is in the polishing stone here. This is pretty neat. It's really smooth as glass right there. Kind of funny, weird looking piece. It's been notched out on the top too. And all around the back. I guess they would have held it kind of like that and used it to polish other stones with. Another polishing stone. This is a really nice black stone piece, just smooth as glass all the way around. Gets into my hammerstones over here. This is a pretty neat one. This is just a little one here, but they would use this for napping more than likely. This is kind of a unique piece. It's got some pecking in it. Got like a little square pecked into it for some reason. I don't know what, just what that was for. Looked like it might have went down into here too, but pretty neat there. I don't know if that could have just said this, identification for some person saying that this is my stone, maybe. I don't know, but a lot of oil, really smoothed off there on that side, this side here. But a lot of that, one particularly that size would be used for napping. It's really dense there. Here's some bigger ones here that I found. But they're all used for either making other tools or napping points with and things like that. But I hadn't found too many of these here lately. I found these up at the fish dam though. There's another nice one here. Really dimpled out, smoothed out all the way around on the edges here. And I think this also could have been used for crushing or grinding too. That surface is really worn right there. We held it like that. These are little pecking stones. Find quite a few of those. These are chopping blades here. It's got your finger grooves right in here. Would have been held like that. This is another really nice looking chopping stone, really well worked. It also doubled as a blade sharpener too there right in here on this groove here. So it's a multi-purpose tool, but it's really worn around the edge here, so that tells me they probably held it for the most part like this and used it to chop with. It's kind of got some burnt mark on the back here. I don't know, I don't know what the deal is there, but around the fire. It's a nice stone though. Like I say, that's where they would sharpen points at in there. This is another chopping stone. It's got a really nice edge on it there that was put on it. Really polished in on that edge there. It's a nice piece. This is another bigger chopper. This might have been hafted, but this whole side of the stone's been taken off. Been taken off here in the back, and it may have been hafted, but this side right here is where they would be where they would be chopping. Don't see much oil on it up here, so I'm almost thinking that was a hafted piece and not handheld. That's pretty much what I got here today. If you really like this kind of this stuff, there's not many people out there doing this at all, and very few people that are very knowledgeable about tools and effigies. But they're out there. If you can find some good spots, they're going to produce a lot of stuff. So you guys might want to get out there and see if you can find some. I mean, I love points, and they're fun, but these tools and effigies are just, every time it's something different, and so many different designs, and it's just, you know, really to me pretty amazing what all they did with these stones and what kind of tools they made out of them. You know, you don't always know what they used them for, but you know, you can take some good guesses, particularly if you can figure out how they held them. But these are some pretty nice pieces, and there's another guy out there I want to give him a shout out. His name is Jody. He's got COD Outdoors. He does some of this too, and he's got some really nice finds. So if you want to look at some more stuff other than what I got, check him out, because he's got some really neat stuff. So I've been looking at a lot of his stuff, and you know, some similar things. But he's a pretty knowledgeable guy, and check them out. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll get back in the creek next time and see if we can come up with some more stuff. Appreciate it.